vulnerable than another.
I think, honestly, the top lane is where we're going to see a lot of this focus. Your double AD mid and jungle into a Malphite, so you're likely not going to be able to kill him particularly easily. But I think the Gwen is a lot more vulnerable, especially with two champions that have to get on top of her, so she can't use that AoE, I don't want to get hit by anything.
Yes. And the other thing is no flash from Falio.
Yes, just the Ignite and Teleport. None of the other summoner spells really standing out too much. I don't know what you think. I think the Exhaust on Mama is perfectly fine into a Kiana and a Kha'Zix.
Yeah.
And no runes particularly standing out either.
Yeah, is Conqueror the best on Kha'Zix now? I can never remember whether you are supposed to go the Conqueror route or Electrocute.
I think it depends. But I think it depends more on the enemy team comp. With a Malphite, with a Udyr, you're not going to be bursting through them.
Yeah.
Even with Ezreal at the moment, I've seen a lot of Ezreals building things like Frozen Heart. You're not really going to be bursting through people, so taking the Conqueror, going for the more sustained fight, probably going to be beneficial in the long run for you.
Yeah, particularly with the clever use of Kha'Zix ultimate as well. The Void, whatever it's called,
Void Rush, I think it is. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Void Assault, I think. It's so useful to allow you to keep your Conqueror stacks up, but also not be engaged on at a particular point. So that could be a really interesting summoner spell choice there. Sorry, rune choice.
Yeah, and we see both junglers starting on the bot side of the map, both of them going to be leashed and clearing up towards their top lanes. So maybe they both agree that top lane is the volatile matchup in this game and is the matchup they both want to be affecting.
Yeah, I definitely say so. We most likely will then see the top scuttle being contested as well. And you would think the Kha'Zix has an advantage on that scuttle.
Just based off the isolation damage, possibly, yeah. I think Udyr will get there first.
True. So it could be an interesting contest.
And if you look at the lanes right now as well, it looks like Invul do have that priority in the mid and top lane, so they can roam their solo laners into the river a lot faster, just to be able to give Yonsei that extra little bit of support, get him the crab, make sure he can secure the gold, the XP, and just set the Kha'Zix a little bit further behind.
Yeah. I mean, Kha'Zix, interestingly, looks to be slightly further ahead in his clear, though. Looking to already go to his second buff.
Both junglers on their second buffs.
Yeah. It's actually a lot closer in terms of the clear than I think we both thought there.
Yeah, the isolation damage on the Gromp and blue buff to start with definitely going to help Makalar keep his clear going through. But it is a 6-camp clear from Yonsei to get started, and we do see the Kha'Zix moving back down towards the bot side, looking like he might even be conceding this top lane scuttle.
That, I think, is possibly the right call when you think about it against an Udyr and a very pushed-in Malphite. Could be a sensible idea. You're guaranteeing yourself a scuttle rather than forcing a fight that you're not sure you can take. Definitely sensible play there, I think, from True Haven's Malika.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Definitely good. Yeah, of course, if you go topside, you could get the fight, you could kill Yonsei, and then you could potentially get the double scuttle. We do see a trade, though, in the topside. Falio going on to spawn, dropping the Ignite down and taking the Mordekaiser to just under 100 HP.
Yeah, I mean, Gwen is such a difficult champion to face. Particularly as a champion who can't just get in her face constantly, has to kind of...
Oh, we do see a gank in the bot lane. The bear slap going to come through onto Forpian. Flash heal away, but the stun's going to come through. Shield goes up, but it's not enough. Yonsei finding first blood. The Icelandic man into the Finnish man, sorry, into the Swedish split, finding the first kill for his team. Invul take the first blood, and yeah, it's great start. Perfectly timed gank. Kha'Zix too busy on his Gromp to be able to do anything, and Forpian gonna fall a little bit further behind now.
Seeing a big trade again in the top lane. BFG Falio doing a lot of damage to Spawned again, and is able to heal up more than Spawned is, I think, due to. Gwen's innate nature.
Yeah,
essentially.
I think Gwen is just actually illegal as a champion. I think that champion is just disgusting. Doesn't look
200
it.
years.
Doesn't look it when I'm playing it. As we see Falio again going in and just not taking any damage, it seems. Yeah, that champion
Used.
is so disgusting.
Yeah, the mist just able to mean that Spawn cannot hit any of his abilities if he's standing outside, and in order to engage with Mordekaiser, you need to be standing outside with his grasp, his E there.
Yeah,
It's so
really,
difficult for him to actually get on and deal any sort of ability damage to
really, really difficult for Spawned in this lane, and we can see Falio just stacking up the snip, waiting for times when Spawn steps a little bit too far forward and just unleashing the ridiculous amounts of early true damage into the Mordekaiser. Quite a large CS lead beginning to open up in the mid lane, actually, that I've just noticed for Loftition.
Yeah, I mean, it's just very difficult for Kiana to walk up to a Malphite, because if she walks up to take a couple of minions, she takes a cheese wheel to the face along with
that trade
Riot
was so
logo
disgusting.
stamped on her as well.
Oh, Gwen is so broken. That trade from Falio dashes in, just again constant poke onto the Mordekaiser. It's unrelenting pressure. As we are seeing Jonsson pathing up towards, he might run into Makalar here. Is going to get the bear slap. No, not going to get... Okay, stunning away and running. Going to get himself out. Didn't realise the Kha'Zix was present in the top side, so going to call off the dive. I'm expecting that was going to be a dive.
Yeah.
But calling that one off.
Spawn has to be careful here. Gwen ult at this HP can pretty easily kill, realistically.
As does Falio, though. There is a Kha'Zix waiting in the wings. Not level 6 yet for Makalar, but could still put some work in and turn the 2v1.
We're going to see bot lane hit 6 relatively soon. I think not this wave, the next wave, I believe.
Oh, Gitsmok could be caught out here. Unstoppable Force is available and is going to come through. Are we going to see the Flash Bear Slap? No, because the Flash from Jonsson is not back available, but it does force the Kiana Flash away. And I have to wonder, right, and I'm not trying to be critical, because I'm genuinely not sure about the correct decision in this situation, but into a Malphite mid, would you choose to take Ignite on Kiana, Chris?
I mean, I would, because I would.
Oh,
look to
but
roam,
Falio
and we do
goes
see
in
Falio.
with the needlework, finding the solo kill with the snip and the
solo
Ignite.
Lolos. Yeah, I mean, I can understand the you want Ignite on Kiana for the kill pressure, particularly if you're looking to roam. The problem is, you've been shoved in so hard, you have not been able to roam.
Yeah.
At all.
And we see the
that
plated
is
steel
pretty
caps
difficult.
come out of Loftition on his first base. So he knows exactly what he's supposed to be doing, and that's just making this Kiana's life difficult.
I've had my fair share of tank mid laners into assassins, and it's not a fun experience at all. The serrated Dirk has to be the board instantly from Smart. There's nothing else he could buy. Realistically, he has to get anything that will go through the ridiculous amounts of armor that Malphite will already be on. I mean, 133 armor.
Yeah, I mean, we see the cloth armor, the plated steel caps, and top of Malphite's innate armor. It's just so difficult to play.
If it wasn't disgusting, it would be beautiful.
Yeah, that's fair. And as we are just cresting the 9-minute mark, gold lead is sat at just around 2,000 in the favor of Invul. So very positive signs for the Invul boys in this early game. Looking very solid, as we are maybe seeing a play on towards the top side. There has been a lane swap. They have sent Spawn into the mid lane to fight up against Lofty, and sending Smok up towards the top side.
I think it's a good decision, considering now Loftition is locked in to those boots against the Mordekaiser now. He's locked into the plated steel caps against an AD.
Oh, Makalar looking for Falio. Control Ward going to come down and spot the Kha'Zix out, and Jonsson is in the area, so it is going to be a fight. The needlework coming through, but the supreme display of talent onto Falio. He's going to go down. No, maybe. Snip going to keep him alive. Needlework going to get a little bit more onto Makalar, but he falls. Unstoppable Force knocks the Kha'Zix up. and Loftition claims the kill on the teleport. 2 for 1. Nicely executed fight on the whole for Invul. Falio just not quite durable enough to keep himself alive.
And really importantly, considering just how low this top turret is already, this is going to be a Rift Herald, a free Rift Herald for Yonseni. And I think it will be just placed almost directly top as soon as he gets it for a very early first turret as well.
That turret going to drop very, very low to this minion wave. You would probably expect it to lose all of its plates as well, but no, we're not going to see the Rift Herald running straight up towards the top lane. Yonseni going to go back in towards his jungle and just continue that power farm. Does have quite the lead on Makalar already in terms of CS, and does have the 3 kill participations, so...
And another thing is the lanes have swapped again. Falio has gone mid, and Loftition top. How annoying must this be?
Invul, I mean,
right now.
You have to credit the decision-making in-game, though, from Invul. Obviously, Loftition using his teleport to get up towards the top side, gets himself a kill, and just says, guys, Mordekaiser's still mid. Kiana's going to run up here, most likely. What if I just stay here?
Yeah, Dragon was taken by Makalar at this point.
Good answer.
Rift Herald is dropped, though, so this will be first turret going down. And a lot of gold.
A lot of gold on that Malphite.
Yonseni there. Yonseni and Loftition both swimming. They are Scrooge McDuck right now. Just gold, like swimming in gold at this point.
I mean, and the charge onto the second tier turret as well. Just what you want to see if you are on the side of Invul. We could see Makalar, though, starting to set something up towards the bot side. Is a control ward that's going to spot Janakoach out, but Makalar waiting for the ward to be destroyed before walking forward. Mama maybe going to get caught, though. Void Assault comes through, and the leap as well. Pulverize knocking them away. Mama going to just about get himself out. The True Shot Barrage is blocked off by the Braum door, and there's not much damage going to come through from Hellman. But... yeah, not enough damage from True Haven to really threaten Mama. The Unbreakable Will from the Alistar really gonna come in clutch to reduce all of that damage.
Spawn's trying
the needlework.
Damage,
the needlework!
No.
It's another solo bolo for Falio.
Yeah, you cannot be taking a trade even that far towards your own turret against a Gwen who has Rift Maker.
Oh, Headbutt Pulverize connecting onto Forpian. Flash going to take him away. Glacial Fissure not available, but the bullet time is not going to come through. He makes it rain, but it's raining his own blood. Hellman going to pick that kill up on to Forpian.
I don't think you even know, but you just made a Slayer reference, and I could not be
I
happier
do not
with you
know
right
that
now,
I just made a Slayer reference, no.
Raining Blood, fantastic song, if there's anyone who's interested.
Hellman looking for... is that attempted dive there in the bot side?
Possibly, but against a Braum, it's a very risky one. Yonseni just deciding, no, I'm just going to take the blue from Makalar while he's taking his own red. And I think that's a pretty good trade, realistically, for Invul. There's not much that is on the table.
We are starting to see mythics come through. We see 3 mythics on the side of Invul in conjunction with only 1 for True Haven right now. We see the Divine Sunderer, which we obviously expected. The Rift Maker, which I'm pretty sure is the only mythic you build on Gwen at the moment.
The only viable one for sure right now.
And that Frostfire Gauntlet, which we did talk about. So Yonseni obviously agreeing as Falio going forward again onto Spawned. So much damage already coming through. Mama joins the fight as Janakoach pokes his head out. But he's leaving his top laner to die. Yonseni in the area, not going to bother flashing forwards. It's only a Braum. And just a little bit of an overstep there from Spawned. Thought they had the 2v1 on Falio. But little did they know that Invul had members waiting in the wings. Hellman now, Arcane shifting forward. Mystic Shot going to go wide. And Forpian actually trading back with quite a lot of damage here. Divine Sunderer and their Summoner Heal. Going to be able to top Hellman's HP bar off. Flash Pulverize onto both as the True Shot Barrage connects as well. Can Marmot find Forpian? He's going to be punching the Misfortune under turret, but he's stunned up. No, the Braum passive, the concussive blows. Auto attack comes through from Hellman, but it's not quite enough. Divine Sunderer going to enable him to get 1. Can he find the second on to Forpian? 1 for 1 so far in the bot lane. Support's going down. But it was Janakoach to pick up the kill on the side of True Haven. Definitely not ideal with the Misfortune in the fight. And you'd have to say it again, even though it was a 1-for-1, a win for Invul just for who the kill credit went to. And Smoke, oh, the chilling smite, the unstoppable force. Kiana, you might be in your shroud. True supreme display of talent comes through, and it's not going to stop the ever-rushing Udyr. Jonsson picking that one up, and Falio, it's the needlework again. Is it another solo kill onto Spawn? Look at the slow, look at the damage. This champion is a little bit ridiculous. Falio finding another solo kill onto the Mordekaiser.
Honestly, I'm having to look away because Gwen is just... I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm watching my own castration at this point with that champion.
Gwen...
It's utterly disgusting.
Gwen is something else. Gwen is definitely something else.
I mean, I'm trying to find some positives, realistically, for True Haven, but it is very difficult for them right now.
I think even the positives on the side of True Haven, you've got a Kha'Zix, he's pretty well farmed up, only about 15 CS behind the Udyr. Got himself a kill.
As well. I like the Gorn Trinker Conqueror combo.
I have actually seen people do this, and I think he goes Black Cleaver next. I think that's the third item you take when you're going this kind of Kha'Zix build.
Definitely very good against someone like an Udyr and obviously a Malphite wanting to shred armor as quickly as he can.
Oh, Gitsmock could be in some trouble here. Jonsson, Falio, and Marma all in the area. Gonna get a bear slapped. The stealth gonna come through, and he's gonna hop over the wall. Forpian now having to deal with Falio though. Does have the needlework available if he decides to go for the dive, and he will do. Snip, snip, snip.
Genuinely
Goodbye,
disgusting.
Misfortune. That is one very, very fed Gwen as Loftician. Looking for the 2v1 onto Makalar and Janakoach. Not something you really want to be taking against the Kha'Zix, but now the cavalry are here. Kha'Zix jumps over the wall as Udyr and Gwen arrive. The cheese wheel comes through. The flash from Makalar going to carry him out to safety as Janakoach now, with Falio bearing down the immunity on the Braum Q. And
Q should be available very soon, but
will
Braum
this
is
be
faster.
Oh, but the Q misses. Falio with the dashes, going to be able to keep snipping away. Can he close enough distance to secure it? Oh, just.
The true damage absolutely melting through the Braum there as well.
The stacking on Gwen Q is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, the damage it does when you have those 4 stacks, obviously those purple bars below the health and mana, the damage when you have that fully stacked is so insane.
Yeah. We're seeing it just under 10k. It's about 9.2k gold lead for Invul at 17 minutes, just turning to 18 minutes now. With that sort of gold lead, like most of your carries will be an item up at this point.
I mean, yeah, we see 2 items on Falio already, and we look over to Spawned, and he's still just components for that Riftmaker.
Yeah, and Smock as well. He's not able to complete his, I believe that will be an Eclipse.
Yeah, I think that is an Eclipse.
With Scepter, almost certainly the Eclipse.
When you look over at Loftician and he already has the Warden's Mail, oh, nearly a blue buff steal there for Hellman.
Very nearly. I think that's only the second blue buff Makalar has been able to take at this point.
I mean, that would have also just been rubbing salt in the wounds there from Invul had that True Shot Barrage managed to secure the blue buff.
Yeah, I mean, currently it's a minute till Baron spawns, just over a minute. There's not much to play for on the bot side. The turret's already been taken there, the outer turret.
Looks like they're looking for the inner turret with the Rift Herald. They have a wave, so this is smart. I like this. Oh, Makalar, you can't recall under your turret, bro. That's not your tower.
Looking on the side as well.
Yeah, Mama and Hellman on the flank. Herald definitely going to get its second charge off here, and this might be an inhibitor tower falling before 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Does go down. We do see the needlework come through from Falio as well. Death Realm against the Mordekaiser, and he finds the 1v1 kill. Now Janakoach, Supreme Display of Talent, catches 4, but Hellman finds the Braum with the Mystic Shot. Smock gonna pick one up, but falls in return to the Udyr. Cheese Wheel on to Forpian and Marma with the Headbutt Pulverized combo. Gonna pick that one up as well. It's just Makalar versus the world. And with the invisibility, Jonsson and the boys are not going to look for the dive.
Huge credit to Marma there, able to get the knock-up on the Misfortune as soon as the bullet time, the bullet hell there was put on. Really, really good work by him to prevent that in the back line.
Yeah, definitely. Really negating a lot of damage that's going to be coming out from that Misfortune. It is lethality Misfortune as well, so it is going to cut through those squishier targets on the side of Invul.
Yeah, and it needs to be lethality as well, realistically, because you're not going to be doing any crit damage against a Malphite, who I'm sure will eventually be going Randuin's Omen if the Misfortune had gone a crit build.
But we do now see the makings of a Frozen Heart for Helman as well. The Ezreal starting to get himself a little bit more mana, a little bit more tankiness.
Yeah.
And it's just a bit rough looking over at the side of Truehaven.
And the Baron vision will start to be cleared and put down for Invul.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Makalar is caught out in his own jungle. Yonseni looking forward. Janakoach now at the closest target. True Shot Barrage whistles through, taking so much health off of that Braum, and then the Gwen is there just to cut the final ties.
The door not quite angled to block the True Shot Barrage as well. So just taking the full damage there from Divine Thunder and Muramana. Like, just insane amounts of damage.
And surely there's no way now that Truehaven can contest this Baron.
No. And they will most likely get a Constellation Dragon. Constellation. That is 2 dragons.
But right now, if you're able to get anything cross map, that is good. If you are Truehaven, you are nearly 13,000 gold behind.
Yeah.
And if you are able to still get cross-map trades now, obviously, a Baron in the short term is going to be much more valuable than a Dragon. I'm not trying to beat around the bush at all. Yeah. But it's a little bit of extra stats. It's going to help them. Maybe the Kiana and the Kha'Zix and the Misfortune will be able to one-shot someone before they all die now.
Yeah, and, I mean, if this game does go long enough to produce some souls, possibly of an Elder Dragon, having those extra dragons, that it will help for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Even if it's unfortunately not looking like it will get to that 30 minute
The third
mark.
inhibitor does fall, and I think that kind of accentuates the point that it won't be ending in a 3-man unstoppable force. Loftician really coming to play, the needlework going through as well, and it's just an absolute slaughter in the Truehaven base. Makalar, the only survivor yet again. Bear Slap not going to connect thanks to the invisibility. Those Void Spikes, they might tickle a little bit. And Invul going to lock down game 1 of the first series of the Leagues GG Sweden summer split. We do get the spectator bug on the stream, so I'm not going to be able to show you quite the victory, but I think we all know how it's going to end.